What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Now, congratulations are in order for Mr. Sterling Sharpe. Sterling Sharpe is the older brother of Shannon Sharpe, the Hall of Fame tight end, right? Um, the world is, everybody knows who Shannon Sharpe is nowadays. People know him from being on FS1 Undisputed. They know him from Nightcap with Ocho Cinco. They know him from Club Shay Shay. He has become a internet social media sensation for real, especially after that interview with Cat Williams and even before then, right? And a lot of y'all remember Shannon Sharpe for his playing days where he played with the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens, and he helped to take the tight end position to new heights that it had never reached, and well, Kellen Winslow and you had Ozzie Newsome, they helped to bring it on, but Shannon was really playing tight end like a receiver, right? But Shannon always tell everybody he was not the best athlete in his family. And when a Hall of Fame athlete says that, when they say I wasn't the best athlete in my family, sometimes they put extra on it. They kind of like exaggerate a little bit. Shannon Sharpe is not exaggerating. His older brother, Sterling Sharpe, has been elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame just now recently because he was an absolute dog. He has been elected to the Hall of Fame, and it's something that should have been happened a long time ago. But I think because his career got cut short due to a neck injury, he wasn't able to amass the stats that other guys amassed. But he was on that trajectory and even higher than a lot of other players. He was on a trajectory to have better stats than a lot of guys who got in on first ballot. For real. Sterling Sharpe was just that good. He was an animal. Sterling, for those who don't know, Sterling was a first round pick. He was the number 7. He was the 7th overall pick out of South Carolina. Sterling was putting up numbers. He was the only person rivaling Jerry Rice during those years. He played from 88 to 94. He was the only person rivaling Jerry Rice's numbers for real. He won the Triple Crown. What was that? In 1992, he led the league in receptions. He led the league in receiving yards. He led the league in touchdowns that year, right? Over an 7-year career, he put up over 8,000 yards and 65 touchdowns. Sterling, 5-time Pro Bowler, 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first team All-Pro. You first team All-Pro, you one of the best receivers in the league without question. It's not a doubt in nobody's mind, right? He was a 3-time NFL reception leader. Like, Sterling was an animal. Brett Favre can tell you. Brett Favre in them Wrangler jeans he be wearing, he can tell you who Sterling Sharpe was and how good Sterling was. Because Sterling he was something different for real. And had he played long enough, he would have put up crazy numbers. Because Sterling was putting up these type of numbers. He had 2 1,400-yard receiving seasons. This is during the era where football was run first. This was a run first league when he was putting up these type of receiving numbers. This was astronomical. He putting up 12 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns. He putting up 18 touchdowns, 12 touchdowns. He going crazy. You know what I mean? And 1,400 yards, 1,100, 1,200, another 1,400. Is stuff that he was doing was just unheard of. Him and Jerry. Unheard of, and I'm glad that he got into the Hall of Fame, man. It's extremely rare for 2 brothers to be Hall of Fame football players. That really does not happen for real. I think they trying to put Eli up in there. I don't think Eli got up in there yet, but they trying to put Eli up in there. But without a doubt, like, if Sterling had been able to be healthy, man, he would have been in a long time ago for real. Like, him and Shannon probably would have been going in at the same time. Him and Shannon would have been probably going in at the same time because, again, man, everybody that talks about, if you watch Sterling's highlight tape, watch his highlight tapes on YouTube, and you say, man, this dude here was unreal. He was unreal, and the love that Shannon has for Sterling, it's 100% genuine. Me and my siblings, we were raised to be close. My mama told us, like, when she gone from this earth one day, we gonna have each other. That's what we gonna have. And we better stay bonded like that forever. And I believe Shannon grandmama and his mama and his grandfather and them told them the same thing, because Shannon say, man, I never looked at my brother really like my brother. I looked at him, I knew he was my brother, but he was more like a father to me. We got a different type of relationship. Shannon looked up to his brother in every step of the way. He wanted to wear the same number his brother wore. He wanted to play the same position his brother played. He wanted to beat his brother's records. He wanted to be as good as Sterling. Shannon was looking at Sterling as the example for him. You know, he was looking at, I want to do what my brother did. My brother is the one that, you know, when you hear Shannon talk about when he won a Super Bowl, he gave his ring to his brother because he felt like his brother would have gotten one had he played long enough. You know what I mean? When he talks about how his brother, when his brother made it to the NFL, when Shannon Sharpe was at Savannah State, he like, yo, my brother, he made sure I had a nice car to drive. He made sure I was all good. My brother took care of me. So when I got my paper, I made sure I took care of my brother because my brother looked out for the whole family. And that's a beautiful thing, man. Like Sterling really, he made the sacrifices and laid it all down on the line for his family to attain generational wealth, to escape poverty. Because Sterling and Shannon were in real poverty. I'm talking about poverty where you're in a house where like a house where you like the tin roof. Water dripping down on them when they sleeping sometimes. You know what I mean? Like they don't have no bathroom in their house. That when you don't got no indoor plumbing in your house, you living in poverty for real, man. That's a whole different type of scenario. He like, yo, my brother came from that and was able to take that to being a professional football player and making great money, very good money for us to live completely different than what we once lived. You know, and Shannon looked at his brother and say, I got to do what he did. I got to do that. And Shannon came from a Division II HBCU to do that. Shannon was a 7th round pick and turned that into a Hall of Fame career. He was a 7th rounder. But his brother, Sterling, was a 1st round pick, 7th overall. You know what I mean? And he followed Sterling's blueprint for real. Sterling laid the blueprint for him and how to be a professional, how to take your career serious, you know. And it's a shame that Sterling's career ended early due to that neck injury, because I'm telling y'all right now, I don't know. Like Sterling numbers might have been up there with Jerry's or just a little bit under. I ain't gonna lie, especially had Sterling would have stayed healthy as long as Jerry did, because Jerry stayed healthy for a long time, like LeBron James. Jerry was a perfect picture of health. Where in his 40, he was 40 years old, having a 1,000-yard season at 40. You know what I mean? That's incredible. You know, but maybe Sterling could have gotten to that point had he stayed healthy. But one thing I do know is he is deserving of being a Hall of Fame football player because of the impact that he had on the field and what he did in the short time that he played, man. In 7 years, he dominated. In 7 years, he dominated. You cannot from 1988 to 1994, you cannot skip over Sterling Sharpe's name. When you talk about offensive players from 88 to 94, you cannot skip over Sterling Sharpe's name. You cannot just not say his name. His name going to come, and football players overall, from 88 to 94, Sterling Sharpe is a part of that conversation, hands down. And it's great that he got in there. You know, I'm watching Shannon get emotional about it because he felt like, I remember when Shannon said his Hall of Fame speech and he was up there talking with the gold jacket on. He said, listen, I want everybody to just look at my brother. Look at Sterling Sharpe's numbers. Just look at his numbers over the years that he played, man. Look how dominant he was. And you need to, you know, think about putting my brother in there, because his brother, he always said my brother should be in the Hall of Fame. And now he gets to see his brother be in the Hall of Fame with him. Now, you know, you wish their grandmother could have saw all of this, you know, but hey, man, it's still a beautiful thing that is happening. And Sterling Sharpe is well deserving of this. Yeah, man. I just wanted to make that video because I thought it was really dope, man. Sterling was on Nightcap with Ocho and Shannon, man. Just a dope situation, a dope thing to see, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, congratulations to Mr. Sterling Sharpe. All right, y'all. Peace.